Sakura, Sakura, Yayoi no soka wa mi watasu kagiru. Sakura, or the cherry tree, or cherry blossom. It is the Japanese national tree. It symbolizes peace and friendship. Yet, even for Japanese, they have to learn this lesson from a courageous woman 150 years ago. Her name was Shino. Shino and her husband Sannon lived in a village called Shizuka on the south bank of the Kobe River, which is approximately 50 miles southwest of Kyoto. Across the river, Atsui village is on the other side. Sannon's job was to ferry people from the Shizuka village across the river to Atsui village and ferry people back from Atsui village to the Shizuka village. Everyone in both villages knew Sannon and Shino. They loved both Sannon and Shino. One day, Sannon no longer ferried people across the river. He was in uniform, and someone else ferried him across the river. Japan was in a war with Russia. After brief boot camp training, Sannon was sent to Manchuria to fight with the Russians. In this war, Japan fought with Russia both at the sea in the East China Sea and at the land in Manchuria. Japan scored big victories both at the sea and at the land. After the peace treaty was signed, the heroes were sent home. On the day of soldiers returning home, Shizuka village got wild. Trumpet blaring, there were fireworks, villagers sang patriotic song, So naka wa kukunani, and shouted patriotic slogans. Tenoheka Manzai! Long live the emperor. Nippon Manzai! Long live the Japan. Suzuki-san rushed to his daughter, his son, and his wife on the crowd, one hand with the daughter, the other hand with his son. With his wife kissed his cheeks. Tanaka-san and his wife hugged tightly as if they were just getting married. Itasu-san was a single, but his mom prepared his favorite rice ball and gave to him. The crowd gets thinner and thinner. Shino and the other woman were waiting. Sannon did not come home. A month later, Shino finally got a bad news from the government. Sannon was killed during the campaign at Manchuria. Shino was very sad. To commemorate her husband, she planted a cherry tree in her backyard. Every day she watered the tree and talked to the tree as if she was talking to her deceased husband. 50 years quickly passed. Shizuka was no longer a sleepy town. There was also a bridge built across the river. There was a bus line went in front of Shino's place, and there was a bus station next to the cherry tree. 50 years after the war with the Russians, Japan was in another war again. This time was with the Americans. But unlike the war with the Russians, Japan was losing the war to the Americans. Americans decimated Japanese fleet one by one, first with the destroyer, then with the transportation ship, and finally the carriers. Japan authority was panicked. The government ordered a decree to collect all resources to build more ships to fight against the Americans. The cherry tree was ordered to be cut down. On the day of cutting the tree, Shino chained herself to the tree. She said to the soldiers that they have to kill her before cutting the tree. She said, "My husband was killed in the Manchuria campaign 50 years ago, and I became a widow since then. I planted a tree so that I can have communion with my husband. If you kill the tree, you have to kill me, because you are killing my soul." The soldiers backed off. The tree was safe. Pretty soon after the incident, Americans dropped nuclear bombs first at the Hiroshima and second at Nagasaki. The Russians also declared war against Japan. Japan surrendered to the Allies on September 6, 1945. Peace finally came to Japan. Japanese citizens finally can enjoy the beauty of the cherry blossom. Every year in March, Japanese kids, adults, grown-ups, everybody will go to enjoy the beauty of the cherry blossom. Sakura, Sakura, yayoi no soka wa miwatasu kagiri. Izaya, Izaya, miwa kagiri. Oh, cherry blossom, cherry blossom. Beyond the horizon, is it fog or is it cloud? Come, smell the scent. Come to see the flower. Come, listen to the whisper of the cherry blossom. Cherry blossom, it is a symbol of peace and friendship.